Hello everybody, welcome back. In today's video I'm going to be building some wheel cribs. I'm going to be doing an oil change on my Saab. And I don't have any jack stands, but I did have some wood laying around, so I figured I'd throw this together so at least I had something in place. So yeah, I'm going to quit talking. I'll have a little pop-up come up over here that'll give you all the supplies that you need and the cuts that I used. I've got the car warming up, so as soon as I get this together, I'll be able to pull it in, jack it up, and get it on these and get off to the oil change. So yeah, stay tuned. So let's see how this works. This could be enough, just what I need, but we will see. All right, let's get the car in here, get it jacked up, see what we can do. All right. Let's get the jack out and we'll see if we can't get this party started. Need my tools. At least now that I got this car warmed up, I should warm the garage a little bit. I just just let it sit and get up to temp, and I'll just kind of let it cool off again. Whew. Yeah, that's good. That's good. But let me show you the key to success with these. These wintertime operations. I always keep a stack of these in the garage. They are paramount in order to get some stuff done sometimes. So let's throw one in each pocket. So we can keep our pockets all nice and toasty. Get some nicotine going. I highly recommend these if you're looking to quit. These pouches are fantastic. I'm down to 2 milligrams, which is not very much. So I should be able to kick it all together soon. All right, I've got my jack. Let's get this jacked up and see how these wheel grips work. So first we'll start on this side. Let me bring you over so you can see me. Let's see. Not bad, not bad. I think that should be good. I should have stomped my feet off so I didn't track much stuff. I'm gonna probably get all wet. All right. Gonna lower this bad boy down first. Now, I gotta remember where to put I just gotta put the jack somewhere, but I need a little bit of light first. I forgot to charge my flashlight. So let's take a break from the cold and have some coffee. So I was able to get a replacement passenger side small grill. I highly recommend Facebook Marketplace. I know it's not news to a lot of people, but I caught a really awesome deal and was able to get both the left and right smaller grills. Obviously I didn't necessarily need the left one, the one you can see down here, but you know, you never know. It's always good to have it just in case. Backup parts is always nice. So man, it really worked out because with what I do for work, I drive around a lot, and it just so happened that the city that I was going to, they were selling those grills, and it was like 5 minutes down the road. So I was already in town and just picked them up while I was there, and worked out perfectly. Okay, so that should give me enough light just to turn this on so I can see where to put the jack. Alright. So on my 9.3, there's a little cubby kind of deal. It's like an insert, fits the jack perfect. It's right where your jack goes. Takes all of the questions out of it. Just pop it in there and then you're off to the races, right? So we're gonna go ahead and jack this bad boy up. And yes, I am aware I could save my money up and get a floor jack, which would probably save me quite a bit of time. But we'll do that a different day. So yeah, like I said, this is gonna get it up off the ground a little bit more, so it's gonna help me be able to get underneath the vehicle. I didn't want to necessarily make these too high because I would run the risk of not being able to fit them under the car using this jack. And it's still possible that I may run into that. I gotta see. I don't know how high this thing will go up. Take off these rings. Oh yeah. Hand warmers are working. You can also take these because they're small enough. You can just tuck them down inside a pair of gloves and keep your palms warm. The only thing you got to worry about is busting them open. But a couple breaks here and there. Warm your hands up. Should be good to go. We're almost there. Almost there. Come on. So it looks like I'm a little bit short. I can almost fit it under there. So now what I'll have to do is drop it, set the jack on a piece of wood so I can crank it up that last extra bit. So, okay. So I'll make sure this 2x4 is situated under there good so that when I start lifting this up, it doesn't fall off. All right, so we got it up, we got it under there. Let's lower it down, see how it sits. Oh yeah, this is definitely gonna make a big difference. Sorry, I'm out of breath. I'm very out of shape, apparently. But that's for another day. All right, so wheel crib one done. I gotta take out some layers, man. It's hot. So yeah, wheel crib one done. Now we'll just move over to the other side. Rinse and repeat. And then I can go inside, grab the oil filter. Got myself a brand new snazzy 32mm socket so I can pop that oil filter off and we'll be off to the races. So, all right, let's go to the other side. All right. That looks pretty good. So we need our jack. We need our 2x4 to set it up on so it'll raise it high enough. Let's lower this down and get it in place, and then I'll go grab the crib. Where's the one on this side? I think that's it. Let me go get my light just in case. Feels like it's in the right spot, but I just want to be sure. Yeah, I think so. There's no little plastic insert for this side. I don't know why. Maybe it was lost. Pretty close. A little bit more. Almost there. All right, looking good. Let's lower her down. Like I said, I could have just got some jack stands but everything I used here was scrap, so it was all free or purchased many moons ago. This landscape timber has been sitting in my garage since before COVID, so I even got a good deal on it back then. All right, so now we've got all kinds of room. I'm so sorry about sniffling. It's just a chilly day. But since bringing this car in here, it's made a big difference. It's definitely a lot warmer. Alright, so jack's out of the way. Let's go put it somewhere where we don't trip on it or have any problems. All right. I think that deserves a coffee break. I think it does. I think it does. All right. So, got our wheel cribs. Got our car up about as high as ramps would have got me, I would think. I've got plenty of clearance now. So, let me show you. Look at all that room, boys and girls. Look at all that room. So I'll even show you. But now, I can just crawl under there. I just can't forget my trusty cardboard sheet. While I'm doing that, I better charge my light. I need that soon. So let's see. Oh man, looky there. I got all kinds of room. Nice. Very nice. So that was worth the time and effort, I swear. What did that take? I've been recording for 28 minutes. So that's not too bad. All right, so we're good there. Cribs are done. Let's make sure it's nice and secure. I don't think this is going anywhere. I feel very safe. These cribs are locked in place and good to go. So let's show you from the tire. So that's all it was. Nothing too crazy. Just some 4x4 and 2x4, but just enough to get me that edge, get it off the ground. Whew. All right. Let's get some oil and stuff. First, we'll just pop off the plastic covers. Get some gloves on our hands. Dump all of my zip ties out. So, big boy. All right, I'm gonna go grab the oil filter and everything else. I will be right back. All right, boys and girls, we're back. Got all my supplies. So, Walmart, everybody's got one, at least if you're in the US. They were running a fantastic deal on the mobile one. I got some OW40. They did 2 5 liters for 55 bucks, which was cheaper than I was able to find it per liter or quart, or what is this? What are these quarts? 5 quarts. So for $70, I got both things of oil, pan to drain it into, and the oil filter. So that's a pretty good deal considering anywhere local to me, a synthetic oil change is going to be at minimum 100 bucks. So got everything I needed. If you're looking for this specific one, this is Hyper Tough 5-gallon drain pan. So this will be perfect. So we're gonna get this in place. Like I said, we gotta remove the plastics, get the oil ready to go, get the filter ready to be pulled. So let's get these plastics off. So to start, we're gonna need a 30 T30. Where is it? Here we go. T30, 1, 2, 3. You know what? Y'all should recommend me some gloves, because, or give me the tips on how to work with gloves, because I have a problem being able to, like, I don't know how to describe it, but I almost feel like I'm gonna drop everything, can't quite get a grip on small parts. So I end up always taking them off. I start with them and then I always end up taking them off. All right. Put that plastic over there. Make sure we grab our magnetic tray so we don't lose anything. Set it aside. Now, I really should have did this the other way. I don't have a whole lot of light, so let's see what we can do about that. I'm not going to say I rushed through the lighting on this. I wish I did a little bit better job, but maybe I did kind of rush it. But anyway, this should give me what I need. There we go, now we can see. So let me bring in, so I can show you what we're doing here. I know there's a ton of videos on oil change. I think I'm gonna, reinvent the wheel. But I am going to be able to show you at least how I'm gonna do it. So, down there, if I can get the light to show, I'm going to need to grab my flashlight. Okay. Down in there, got this bad boy here. We got to get this off. And then we got to go get the drain plug, which might be a little trickier to show you guys. Okay, let me see where I can put this. Trying to think of the best way to position this so you guys can see what I'm doing. So I've got a couple oil leaks that I wanted to show everyone so we can see what's going on. Damn, this light does not want to stay charged. I'm gonna borrow borrow this light here. I don't know how much light that's going to give us, but we're going to try to use it. All right, so 15 mil socket for the oil pan plug, which is, see I got some oil leaks. I can't quite show you. I think it's the, I don't know what that is, oil level sensor. All right, so let me see if I can get you over there. So this screw here, or this bolt here, that's to drain the oil. See it? It's right there. It's not very bright, but you'll see what I mean. It's right here. So we're going to get our pan situated. Alright, so we got our pan. I'm just knocking the camera all over the place. Yeah, so we're going to be pulling that, and then we're going to pull the top one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to loosen this up first. Just loosen it. I'm not going to take it off. Just going to loosen it. Alright, so we got our 15. I'm pretty sure that's what it was when I read it, but we'll double check if we need. Alright. They torqued this on. That's gonna be. Let's move this tray for a minute. Let's persuade it. Move it very slow. Oh, there we go. There we go. All right. So, talk about embarrassing. Righty tighty lefty loosey must have left me. So now we got that loose. Let's go get the oil filter.
I think I prefaced this by saying I haven't worked on stuff a lot, so I'm pretty much a novice. But I should have caught myself in that a little bit sooner. But you know what? Live and learn, right? Live and learn. Okay, so that's loose. Let's go. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. A little mix up. That's so funny. Way to humble yourself, right? Right? Let's get this light resituated. It's not my way. I need to find big boy extension wherever I put those. That's not good. Well, I think I can fit this in there. This might be kind of tricky. Let's see if I can get you guys the right angle to see what I'm doing. So all I've got is this giant ass socket. I don't have an extension, so I'm gonna have to kind of wiggle this down in here to see if I can. It's gonna be kind of tight. I have zero room to work with. You know what? I bought this and I'm not even going to be able to use it. Probably going to have to go with a big ass crescent wrench. If I have shit, this might put me in the same boat. This might put me in the same boat. There we go. All right, so just so you can see what I'm working on here. So I had to run the wrench through here. That gives me enough wiggle room. I think I'll be able to turn it. So let's see. Just want to make sure this is nice and tight so that I don't round anything off. I really don't want to strip this. I feel like if I had an extension, that would be good, but I wonder if I could do the same thing. I can pop this on here, like so. I can sneak this in up here. Just might
got it loose. It's a little tricky. Get down on it, but this socket worked out best. Ah! It's something I've learned that if you like having knuckles that aren't tore up, it's the wrong thing to get into. So I got that enough to where now I can take it off my hand. Let's get some rags in case we get oil everywhere. Let's just get ready just in case. Ooh wee. This bad boy needed it. This bad boy needed it, huh? It's all getting sucked in. Okay. Off to the races now, buddy. So let's get a new O-ring. So in this box you get your filter and a new O-ring. New O-ring goes on the cap. So let me set this aside, put the new cap on. Where? Alright, so we got this here. There's a little indent here, which you can use to kind of pry that out. Oops. So that's the old one. Let's get that out of here. Go and wipe this down real good. I want to make sure that where the O-ring sits is nice and clean. So here's our new O-ring. And then what I'm going to do is just take a little bit of oil and just kind of rub it on there. Like that. And if we take a look at the oil, it's not too bad. It has no grit to it. No shimmer, which is good. All right. So now that we've got that taken care of, now we can go back under, we can drain the oil. So let's do that real quick. I think I left my tools for that down here. I did. So let's get ready for that. Move our lights so we can see. All right. Get this focused. Yeah. All right. I think I'll move this maybe to right there. Let's get this going. So, what are we accomplishing today? Well, we got our wheel cribs built, so I can get underneath the car. We're going to do the oil change, which will be good. Take my watch off so I don't fill it full of oil. It's the little tips, right? The little tips and tricks. Let's roll my sleeve up so I also don't get oil in my sleeve. And let's get ready to drain this oil.
Boom. All right. Let that do its thing. Probably take a minute or two for this to drain. Meanwhile, I'm going to clean this up. You know, I probably should be wearing gloves, at least rubber gloves. But that's okay. That's okay. Maybe next time, right? Maybe next time, right? All right. You know, I'll have to double check, but I don't know if this had a pressure washer, like a copper washer or something. It looks like it's got a rubber backing to it, which I don't know if you can see that. Probably not, but there's what looks like a seal on the back of this, so I might not need one. And it looks like it's in good shape. I'm also going to pour just a little bit of oil in just to kind of flush out what's upstairs. Just to be sure I get all the old oil out. So I'm going to pour some in actually right now. Just a little bit, nothing crazy. Really appreciate everybody who's taken the time to check out my channel and come with me on this adventure as I learn as much as I can about this Saab and getting it restored and all ready to go and tip-top shape, you know, because sooner than later we're going to start seeing fewer and fewer of these on the road. So I think the work that I'm putting in now is going to be definitely well worth it, because it's going to help me or not help me, it's gonna, you know, keep a really cool car on the road. You know, there's a lot of really good engineering and things that went into this car, and I don't know, I just really like it. So for me, it's like something that, oh, I hope that didn't go everywhere. I want to run a little bit through it. Hopefully I don't pour that all over the motor. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Not too bad. Alright. So you hear it coming out. That's the pressure oil draining. And all I did was I just poured it down in where I had removed the oil filter. So just a little bit down in there. Just enough to wash out that little bit of oil that's left. So once this gets done draining, which should be here in a second, take a quick coffee break. We should be good to go. So this could be a long video, but for what I'm doing, I mean, to get this all done in about an hour is not bad. I built my wheel cribs, got the oil almost all drained. Now it's just a matter of adding the new oil, putting in the new filter. We should be good to go. Oh.
Once again, hot hands. Key to success out here. These things are almost too hot to touch, but they definitely keep my hands nice and toasty. Nice and toasty. Still hear it draining. Still going. Still going. Oh, sorry, I guess I could have showed you guys this. So the new filter goes in with this nipple down. It's going to face down, and it snaps right in. There's no real wrong way to do it. Just push it until it clicks, and it'll just sit right on there and be good to go. Sounds like we're down to the bottom drips. Once we get everything buttoned up, I'll take you underneath and we'll see if we can't determine where that oil leak's coming from. One of the big things that stopped me from being able to figure it out is the fact that I didn't have enough room underneath the car to work. So being able to get these cribs built is going to really make a big difference in the work that I can do. Once I get a floor jack and stands, at some point, then obviously things will get even easier. But I'm pretty impressed with how well all this worked out. I've got the car up exactly where I need it to be. I got plenty of room to work now. It was taking a little while for all this oil to drain out, but it's almost done. How? I got oil everywhere. Oil everywhere. All right, I think we're good. I think I can put the filter back in. I might have to top this up. The damn intake manifold's like right in the way. I don't know if there's a special way to do this or if I gotta pop this in first. I might have to put this in first and then follow it with this. Yeah. So now that that's the case, what I'm going to do is so I popped it off, right? But I'm going to lift it up into the cap so I can hopefully, snap it right in. Oh, it's still there. There we go. It's not the easiest thing to do. Is it locked in there? Yeah, okay, cool. All right, so recap. I wasn't able to get the filter in with the cap, so I sat the filter down into the filter housing, and then from there, I was able to lift it up into the cap, snap it in place, and now I'm going to screw it down. But first, I want to clean up this little bit of oil that I spilled so it doesn't smoke and stink. Okay, so that's in place. Now let's get this filter. We're going to screw it in by hand for now. Okay. Now the tricky part's going to be getting this wrench back in there and tightening it down. I think I might have figured it out an easier way. You know, I probably should have looked it up, but I don't know how tight this needs to be. I mean, I imagine it needs to be probably tight, but not too tight. There we go. That feels good right there. Now my socket's stuck. All right, filter's in. Let's go put that drain plug in, and then we can fill it with oil. All right. The persuader. Out of the way. Let's get this rag down there so I'll catch the last remaining drips. All right. Let's tighten it back up. All right, that's good there. So yeah, there's a sensor down here. I'll have to get some light on so I can show you, but whatever that is, it's plugged. It's into the oil pan, so I think it's the oil level sensor. I think that's where it's leaking from. There's another spot that it looks like it might be leaking from also, but I'm not sure where that one's coming from. But I did have some oil spray down here that was collecting, but that seems to have gone away. This could all be remnants from the original leaks that I had up top with the vacuum brake booster and the power steering seals, but I think that's good. All right, let's get some oil in this bad boy. Let's get some oil in this bad boy. I definitely made sure to grab the smallest funnel I could find. So there's that. So I don't know how well this is going to work. I'll probably have to use a different one. So I poured off a little bit from this first one, but we'll just add this all in. I believe this is 6 quarts. I'm going to have to look that up real quick. I'm going to have to look that up real quick. I already forgot. All right, I'll be right back. All right, sorry about that. Welcome back, welcome back. 6.3 quarts. We're going to do 6 to start. I definitely need a bigger funnel. This is going to take a little bit. That's okay. I've already added almost nothing. I think now I got it down enough. I could probably pour it from the bottle. I just didn't want to make a mess. But you know what I can do? I can make a paper funnel, but you know what? I don't got a piece of paper out here that I think would work right now. So I think I'll be good just to pour this in. Just have to be careful, right? And I'm already making a mess. Shit. All right, first 5 quarts in. Let's clean up our mess. I have to top this cover off. I want to leave oil in this valve cover, which I just realized I'm probably in the way of. So I'm just taking the, what's it called, coil pack cover off. I drip some oil in. I just don't want it to smell. I'll go down this track. You can see here. Now, I cleaned up my valve cover, so I don't have to worry about knocking any debris in here. And I only say that because I literally just cleaned it. So I don't have any gunk or anything accumulated yet. So, pretty safe to be able to wipe and clean all this off. So that's nice and clean. Got our first 5 quarts in. Gonna save this bottle because I'm going to have to pour the old oil in it. So now we're going to add 1 more quart. We're going to start it up, let it run for a minute. Okay. Let's do this last bit, and I think we're good. So I just gotta add. I'm just gonna add it till it gets a little bit below the 4 quart line, and that should be perfect. But for that, I'm gonna have to use this funnel, so I'm not making a mess again. At least intentionally. Shit. Poured a bunch of oil back in that recess. Damn, I have to pull this coil pack and clean all this up. Got all kinds of oil in here. Almost there. And then I remembered I poured a little bit in here from the first bottle, so I'm gonna have to go just a little bit past 4 quarts, just so I know I got the 6 at least to start. I can always add a little bit more. Let's set this on a level surface. We are right at the 4 quart line, so I'm going to add just a little bit, a little splash more. That should be good. I think I've successfully spilled enough oil over this motor to make enough of a mess. Let's get some fresh towels so we can get all this cleaned up. And let's get the lid back on just in case. I don't want to knock anything in anywhere I don't need it. Put the lid. All right, lid's back on. I think we're good. Like I said, all I want to do now is just clean up any oil. You can see it sitting by this coil pack, so I gotta pop that off. So for that, I'm gonna need a 10mm socket and an extension. Everything's kind of a mess right now. Everything's kind of a mess. I forgot that I put away a lot of stuff. All right. So first I need this 10mm socket. Should be all we need to pop this coil pack out. Oh my goodness. I spilled so much oil down in there. Pop this connector and get all this out of the way. I can get all this cleaned up. Yeah, if I would have left that in there, it would have just sat in there and made a mess and collected dirt and maybe worked its way down in with the coil pack, and I would have had oil down in the well, and I just don't want that. All right, I think we're good there. Inspect the coil pack, make sure everything's good. And let's get it back in there. And plugged in. Make sure it's nice and seated. Alright. Sure that's all down in there good. Alright. Set this aside for now. Move this light, because I'm going to need to fire it up. Open the garage so I don't gas myself out. Pull up my tools. Alright, let's fire it up. What do I do with my key? I think we're good. Alright, boys and girls, I appreciate you joining me. It was a pleasure as always. This is the first oil change I got to do by myself on this Saab. Everything went pretty good. No major hiccups. I definitely learned righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, or at least remembered it. We've got no leaks. We've got fresh oil. We've got fresh oil filter. We're doing good. We're doing real good. So stay tuned. Like I said, I got the replacement grill for here, so I'm going to be installing that here pretty soon. I'll make sure to make a video for that. Make yourself some wheel cribs if you are in the same situation I am, you know, where you've got some extra lumber and you know, buy it when you can build it. Yeah, that's going to be it for me today. I hope everyone enjoyed and hope everyone has a good holiday. And as always, drive safe.